For thousands of years, humanity has held an unshakable urge to connect with something greater than itself. We build temples, write sacred texts, and look to the stars for meaning. But why do we feel this relentless pull toward religion? To understand this drive, we can look at the perspective of the Seth material, a body of metaphysical wisdom exploring consciousness and the origin of reality. According to the Seth material, the human need for religion is not merely a psychological coping mechanism or a social construct. Instead, it springs from a genuine, innate awareness encoded within our spiritual makeup. Deep inside, every human intuitively senses that physical reality is not the entirety of existence. We possess an inner knowing that we are multidimensional beings connected to a divine source of consciousness. Religion in its origin was humanity's natural attempt to give shape, language, and form to this overwhelming inner truth. When early humans looked out at the universe, they felt the energetic pulse of creation surrounding them. But because physical life demands a strong sensory focus, direct awareness of this inner unity often becomes obscured. As consciousness settled deeper into physical focus, people needed a framework to translate non-physical intuitions into terms. The physical mind could process. Symbols, mythologies, and rituals became the bridges connecting physical awareness with multidimensional soul awareness. Seth explains that throughout history, great spiritual teachers emerged with heightened intuitive access to the underlying reality of universal love. When they shared their insights, their words resonated powerfully because everyone carries that same spark of truth within themselves. Over generations, however, humanity began codifying these insights into rigid doctrines and organized institutions. This served an evolutionary purpose by providing moral frameworks, community, and safety in an unpredictable world. Yet when external structures become too rigid, dogma replaces personal experience, making people feel alienated from their own innate divinity. The true spiritual impulse, as described by Seth, is an active drive toward expansion and self-knowledge. Humans hunger for religion because we hunger to know who and what we truly are. The impulse to seek connection is simply the soul recognizing its relationship to all. That is, we don't need to look outward to find the transcendent, we only need to look within. To truly grasp the Seth material's view on religion, we have to look deeper into how consciousness creates reality. Seth asserts that physical existence is not something that happens to us. Rather, physical reality is a materialization of our inner expectations, thoughts, and beliefs. The divine power we traditionally attribute to a God existing high above. The clouds is actually the very energy flowing through our own minds and spirits. Right now, when humanity invents religious structures, we are projecting our inner divine authority outward. We take the infinite power of creation, what Seth calls all that is, and personify it. We give it a face, a voice, and a set of human emotions like anger, mercy, or judgment. This projection allows the physical ego to process a power so vast that it would otherwise feel overwhelming. But as consciousness evolves, the goal is not to keep looking outward at a projected deity, but to realize that the source of creation lives within the individual. Seth teaches that every single soul is a unique, individualized portion of divine energy. You are not a passive creation waiting for salvation from an external force. You are a co-creator, constantly shaping your life through your psychic and emotional focus. Organized religion often teaches that human nature is fundamentally flawed or sinful, requiring external redemption. In contrast, the Seth material reveals that consciousness is inherently good, creative, and expansive. The urge to seek God is really the soul's natural drive to realize its own unlimited potential. When we look at religion through this lens, the concept of prayer transforms completely. Prayer is not a plea to a distant ruler to change the rules of the universe for us. Prayer is a concentrated act of consciousness. It is a moment where we align our inner beliefs, emotions, and visualizations with the reality we wish to experience. When people feel answers to their prayers, they are witnessing the direct mechanics of consciousness, bringing inner focus into physical manifestation. Ultimately, moving beyond rigid dogma does not mean abandoning spirituality. It means stepping into true spiritual maturity. By recognizing that all that is exists within every atom, every thought, and every human heart, we break down the walls of division. We no longer need to fight over whose doctrine is right, because we see that every human soul is on a personal journey of self-discovery. We are here to learn how to handle the incredible power of our own consciousness, transforming love, thought, and imagination into physical life.
You create your own reality. Welcome to Living Seth.